Good morning. It is day 2 of practicing the split step. Before I get into that, I want to talk a bit about my channel name. The channel name is One Hew Man, and the word hew in One Hew Man is a direct, overt reference to the Lichtenauer tradition of fencing, in which Lichtenauer has his 5 hidden hews, or the 5 secret strikes. And Hew Man obviously sounds like the word human, and I'm a big fan of puns. Finally, One Hew Man is a reference to One Punch Man, which is an anime about a bald man who, through some very basic training, broke his limiter and is able to defeat all of his foes with one punch. So I thought that was a really great idea. The idea that you can, just through basic training, win all of your fights. I actually believe that in real life as well. People try to make historical fencing this really complicated thing, but the reality of it is that fencing can probably be boiled down to a few very core heuristics, and through that you can get a bunch of different scenarios, but there are essentially a lot more constraints than one would think. Anyway, let's talk a bit about names for the split step as I'm adapting it for historical fencing. I think it would be great to give it a different name, not calling it the split step anymore, because the split step is for tennis. What I'm doing it for it is that I'm adapting it for historical fencing. So with that in mind, I like the word vexeln, or changing. In historical fencing for Lichtenauer, you have your Dirk Wechseling, changing through. You have your Wechselhau, right? And then you have the position of Wechsel. And so this idea of changing works great, because I'm taking the split step and I'm changing it and adapting it for historical fencing. But also, there is a decision that is made when you make the step in which you can change to move forward or change to go backwards. It's very deceptive in that way, much like the Wechselhau itself, the changing strike. Anyway, let's get started with today's practice. All right. So let's actually start with a bit of a warm-up. I like these little hops for warming up. Gets your blood flow going. Gets me in that nice and bouncy state. Start hopping on both feet, switching to one foot, going side to side, forwards and backwards. Ooh, and it really fires up your glutes too. Excellent. All right. So the way I've been conceptualizing this changing step is I'm in a nice relaxed state. My opponent moves in, and I do the changing step for the next part of the decision, either to move forwards or backwards. So in that way, let's just focus today on being left foot forward and moving forward. Okay, nice and relaxed, shoot forward. Okay, nice and relaxed. Okay, and then at some point, I need to start incorporating an actual cut into the step itself. And then I can also start to get wider and wider with my footwork. So beginning with your feet relatively close, and then wide step, bam, explode forward. Okay, and then let's say I explode forward, and my opponent immediately reacts by throwing a strike at me. In which case, I need to bring my sword out to bear. So we're here. Split step. Let's see if we can smooth that in. Yeah, like that. Turning the hips forward as my strike flies out from my shoulder here. So here. Let's keep this nice and relaxed here. Here. Okay. I feel like I'm having like this weird up and down motion too much. Let's see. And I'll refine more as I watch this footage later as well. Right now, I'm just sort of feeling it out. Okay. Okay, I'm doing a passing step there. Let's just practice without the passing step. Just really constraining myself to a few core movements so that I can practice that over and over and make sure that I get each step right. No. Here, split, forward. Yeah. Yeah, this is really, it helps actually when the initial step is nice and wide. Here, yeah, I feel very stable there. So let's start here, wide, bam. Oh, that feels good. I'm reflexively moving forward with that shooting step. I need to just be able to, because in fencing, sometimes you do need to make that passing in order to hit the opponent. But other times, they're coming in at you. You need to just get this out and then make your decision from there. Either, parry or do whatever you need to do, but you don't always have to keep shooting forward, okay? So let's do this. I landed too hard on my heels that time. I need to stay up on the balls of my feet here. Yeah. Good. Excellent. Okay. Let's work the other side. Same thing this time. If I'm right foot forward, generally I'm either in Spreckfenster or Alber to sort of deceive distance. So let's do that. Let's get into this relax. Actually, let's start with my hands low. So let's do this relax Alber. Shoot forward. Changing step. Here we go. Yep. Yeah. Let's see how I'm using these bricks as a way to measure how much my feet are changing here. So I start in these bricks, split there, shoot forward that way. Yeah. Now, nice and relaxed. Okay. And then over time, I should be able to smooth out and make that leap forward faster. Think continuity, right? When we're learning, we break down these individual steps, but when we're performing them in a real fencing bout, we think continuity should be one smooth action. Okay. Okay. I can also think of it in terms of like the next step for a gather step, right? So I can go gather step, changing step, right? So maybe I can do, you know, the classic Meyer, striking from the right side as I enter here, go up into this high Vumtog with this gather step, and from here, I could split and fly forward. So something like, maybe like, so here, like that, and then incorporate the cut into that, but that's a little bit more advanced. So here, like that. Or I can start here. Oh, that's going back, let's go forwards. Today we're practicing moving forward. We'll do a whole day where we just go backwards. And then we'll have another day where we do them both interchangeably, back and forth. But today we're just focused on forward movement. Okay, and if you're fighting a right-handed fencer, in my opinion, if I'm throwing a strike, I can throw a strike. The closest target will be, you know, if their hands are out here, it'll be their right hand. So if I'm shooting forward for a cut, I want to go forward and left. So we're here, bam. Okay, forward and left towards the opponent's right side. Again, good. Ooh, that actually felt pretty dang good. And then over time, as I smooth this out, I want to make this more explosive so that I can cover more distance, which I need to write that down. I need to focus on a whole day where I do nothing but try to get as far forward as I can with this. But right now, it's just trying to just build in that pattern. Right foot forward here. As I'm right foot forward, because my sword is now out in front of me, I want to move towards the opponent's left and get on their strong side, okay? And the reason why is because if the opponent's standing in front of me and I move forward and right, I create a new angle towards them. They're still facing this way. I'll be facing this way. So we're here, and now I'm here, and they're still there. Whew. Oh, snap. I'm actually running out of time. I gotta go do other stuff. More practice later today.